accept the fact that this city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion.
What do you mean, biblical?
What he means is Old Testament, Mr.
Yes.
Mayor. Real wrath of God type stuff.
Exactly.
Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes.
The dead rising from the grave.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
What's up, y'all? It is Kaiser. How y'all doing this evening? Yeah, I've been meaning for a long time now to go ahead and do a model build stream. And well, frankly, there is not a lot of news out there going on. There's not a whole lot happening. So I said, what the hell? Let's go ahead and, kick the tires, light the fires, and let's actually do this instead of just continuing to talk about it all the time. So, well, here we are. I'm going to go ahead and get this dropped up here in the chat. Okay. Bam. Yeah, get the old pin comment going there. What's up, AP? How you doing? Good to see you. Pretty chill night tonight, folks. So I'm just going to be doing a bit of a model build. I've got this thing I started working on it a while back. I had done a little bit of, just kind of the very preliminary stages of getting this thing going long time ago, probably well over a year at this point that I got it. And well, then YouTube kind of took precedence. And now I've kind of hit a point where it's like, I need to get back in and doing this because I've got about 5 more kits similar to this, these Japanese, or not Japanese, Chinese, technically, whatever, but garage kits from overseas that are coming in. Now, these are a little different than your regular, your model cars and whatnot. And yes, as far as I'm concerned, I need to take a break from the Saturn V because it's a pain in the ass to deal with. So I went ahead and, I've got this one. So this is what we're building. It's Aerith Gainsborough from Final Fantasy VII. I've got Tifa already up there on the shelf above. And, I had already built that one probably well over a year ago. So I'm just trying to get back into it, get to do some of these figure builds like I used to and really enjoy doing. So get the reference photos over there. Won't need those until I start actually having to do the build process or like the painting and everything. Tonight, mainly I'm going to be focusing on just getting some primer on this. And say once the primer is done and dried, probably start looking at getting the, actually, I got to go through. I got to check for any imperfections and whatnot. I think I've already done most of the imperfection checks on this, but I'm just going to do a double check on this, make sure. And then other than that, I'll get her started on priming. That way we can start making this thing look ready and pristine. So that way we can actually start painting. So checking my drawer. Hot damn. Yes, I still have a great big old thing of white surface primer. Fantastic. Get that over there. And somewhere in here, I should have a thing of gray primer as well. Matter of fact, I think it's over here. Yep. Gray surface primer. All right, pretty easy build overall. Not a lot of parts, but it'll get really complicated really quick later on. So there's the bottom piece. There is the Buster Sword itself. This is the bottom underside to this piece. And torso comes in 3 pieces for a bit easier painting. There was a misprint with this kit. So whenever the manufacturers actually built this kit and sent it out to me, they ended up actually sending me a replacement for, it's the left side of the torso. Now, I honestly, looking over it, I haven't found any defect. Now it does have a little bit of a, I mean, there's not really any major fitment issues because a lot of that'll fill in with primer and or putty and stuff along the way. There's no real major fit issues. There's not really any major finish issues. I think honestly, I mean, other than this like little, if it might be really hard for the camera to pick this up, but there's like a little dimple like right here where there's supposed to be like a belt loop for the belt. It's a little more defined on this one than it is this one, but I mean, that's like insignificantly tiny in comparison. So yeah, I've got that extra torso piece. Don't need it, but I'm going to keep it there just in case. And then, so yeah, I got the two sides of the torso, head, basket. Just going to get them all out here. So yeah, there's some, pieces for the, clothing, the hair, the boots, arms, etc. And then handle here for the Buster Sword, which just goes right in there. Make that great big old thing. So I will probably go ahead and I will probably separately paint as prime these. I'll probably put something in there so that way I don't lose any kind of fit because it's a really tight fit as it is. I don't need to cause any other major issues there. Don't need to make my work harder for myself. Yeah, I've actually already, I can't remember how long it was since I started this one, but yeah, it looks like I've actually already gone through. I had already cleaned it. I knew that. Apparently, I've already detabbed it. There's like these little tabs where the molds usually are. I wish I had a brand new out of the box garage kit to show you kind of what I'm talking about. But there's like little tabs that are on the edge that looks like I've already ground those down. Up here, I've already filled in these holes with some putty and smoothed it out. So I think, honestly, unless I'm just completely off base, I think I'm just ready to go ahead and prime it up. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Here under the chin, there is a very defined seam line that needs to get fixed. So just some basic cleaning, checking a few last things before we prime it. And we'll prime it here probably in the next 20 minutes or so. But sit back along for the ride. I don't really have a whole lot of else going on right now. And this was just kind of I need something to do. All right, there's the two collar pieces. Those I am really worried about getting lost. And then, oh yeah, the flowers for the bouquet and whatnot are in this little tub there. Not really so worried about that. But yeah, we're just going to get these all put together, start getting primer on them. And then I'm thinking very seriously about just going ahead and assembling the torso and getting it all glued together, get the cracks filled, anything like that I need to do, and then prime it. I'm considering that, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll kind of weigh my options as I go, but yep, just got to get a couple little tools out here so that way I can get started on just fixing this up just a tad. Some files. Okay. I knew I had one more. All right. That should be all we need there. All right. Got glue if I need it. Cut a couple different consistencies. And then let's see. If I ever need them, like for delicate parts, I've got some of these. right. Where is that one? I just bought recently a brand new bottle. Oh, there's my Bondic. That might be handy later. That's this is UV resin epoxy that I can actually harden like really quick on with UV light. I think that's either that one or this one. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yep, that's dry as a bone. Oh, God. Oh, this is... Okay, there's still a little consistency in there, but not great. Okay. Yeah, that's not ideal. Not ideal at all. Stir it up there. Okay. It'll still work, but yeah, I'm definitely going to need to price another jar of this hobby stuff really soon. Okay. Bam. All right. And real quick there, just saying, Jude Curio, can't wait. Awesome. Jude says, checking your drawers. Yeah. A little bit here and there whenever I need to. Like, yeah, I've got all the, down here underneath this, I've got like all the drawers for all my model building stuff. And NZ Kiwi, what's up? News. Hey, good to see you there. I don't know you. What do you support? I'm from New Zealand. Awesome. Fantastic. Our government follows the USA laws. It was so wrong. We lost your Second Amendment. Yeah, man, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. I remember when that happened. That was a sad day. Like anytime anybody gets their rights and stuff taken away, that sucks. Especially that one. Whenever, yeah, your one main artery, your main lifeline to freedom, boom, gone. Never give them up, buddy. And yes, we are live and we are rolling. So yeah, I'm just kind of doing this as we go. Real quick, I'm going to jump over yonder way. I got to grab some paper towels so I can clean this off real quick. All right. We are. Clean that off. These just old chopsticks that I use for just kind of random stuff, stirring paint cans, that kind of thing. AP NZ and immigrate to the US can help us keep ours. Yeah. Hey, I'm of the mindset the more the merrier, but as long as everybody does it legally, Apparently that's a no bueno thing to say these days, but hey, guess what? Facts are facts. NZ says any rights taken away from the government is so wrong. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah. The government does not have your best interest in mind. So stay strapped or get clapped, and otherwise do not give your rights to the government. Do give them a fucking inch. Otherwise they'll take a mile. Followed by 10 more. Anywho, that's about as political as I'm going to get on this show. Rightio. And always remember, kids, all gun laws are infringement. There we go. Spin my light round there. Yeah, I got a much brighter light down here than I had last time. I think this light last time was a 40 watt LED or 40 watt equivalent LED. This one is a LED 100 watt equivalent. It's a lot brighter. So yeah, helps me able to see those hard to reach little spots and places and things. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try and shave this down just a smidge there because it's just this tiny little ridge there. And that took care of most of it, just right there with that little swipe of the knife. See, hey, what's up, Volstorm? People with power are always willing to give it back. Yeah, sarcasm detected. And AP says, why Kaiser illegals can own and use them without filling out the paperwork citizens have to. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. And, well, as I said, look, I understand all the gun laws are infringement, but you know what? We start fixing those problems whenever the people start taking their power back. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you should do anything, not condoning anything, and definitely making sure I can, tell the YouTube censors that are probably, doing the little squid bot thing from the Matrix, watching my channel. I can just tell them that, properly fuck off. There we go. Got that nice and smooth out there. Just do another pass or two. All right. And just for added smoothing, I got some sandpaper here. That's what I'm looking for right there. This is like super, super fine grain, like smoothing. It's basically made to smooth stuff. And considering, even though this is going to be under the chin, I really don't want there to be any imperfections that could potentially show through. I'm one of those people that I know this is probably never going to make it into any kind of like a museum or display other than my own at home. But I still want to work, extra hard. I want to actually make it look good. So, got some stuff back in there. Okay, those are too big. Get the super fine tweezers to get back in there. And thank you to all of y'all that are showing up for this. I'm only running on live on YouTube tonight, not Rumble or any of the other stuff. I was not expecting a whole lot of folks to show up, but I am so happy to see all of y'all showing up to watch this, since there's not really any entertainment news for me to cover right now. Other than the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff, there's not a whole lot going on, especially for movies, entertainment, that kind of thing. Because, yeah, it's not the summer movie season doesn't officially kick off until about May. So there's going to be a few movies coming out here soon. I'm super looking forward to the new Henry Cavill flick, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That looks like it's going to be a fun movie. Super looking forward to that. But yeah, as far as things go, there's not been a whole lot of other like real big movies that I've kind of really thought of lately that have really drawn my interest, I guess you could say. So let's see here. Okay, that goes on that side. I think the biggest concern here is just making sure that I can paint around any of the pieces so that way I can make sure that I get good paint coverage. Okay, yeah, I see right there. That's yeah. So I just put this piece on. That's this is part of the dress, and this is goes up to out here where the shoulder. This is all going to be flesh tone through here. Yeah, that has way more of a defined ridge on it than I thought, and that's going to make it really hard to paint around, even if I try and get into those details and do like masking and stuff. So, okay, I see what they were trying to do now. So, yeah, I'm going to actually end up just priming this as is, and then I will go back in on those because those are where connection points are going to be made. So that means that our next job on the list is going to be to do a little bit of this. I just got this damn thing. I swear to God, I hope it's not dried up. Oh, Lord. All right. Okay, it looks like it's just a little bit at the top here. Scrape that out. A little bit of schmutz. This is masking compound. So it's supposed to be like just purely liquid. It turns into rubber, kind of. Yeah, there's a liquid. It's very liquidy. Yeah, it's one of those the jar just does not seal properly. So once you open it, you kind of have to use it or lose it. I opened it really recently just for something I was doing. So this part is not really a super delicate process. I'm just trying to fill these little areas here, these gaps. And then this all right here is going to get glued together later. But I figure for the process of getting this primed, I can actually just take the appropriate side of the outfit, do that. There we go. And I can get just a little bit of this here. This is that Bondix stuff. So this is UV. This uses a UV light. It's like instant drying, like, UV cure epoxy, basically. But I'm not going to use much. I'm just going to use just a little tiny drop right there. Hit it with the light. And then it's just going to stay there in place. It's not going to fall off. Now, whenever I'm ready to, I could just pop that straight off, and then I could just file that. It just flakes off like that, just pops it right out. Really awesome stuff. And for what I do with model kits and stuff, let's say this is a very, very useful tool in my arsenal. All right, let's see there. There we go. And bada bing, bada boom. Got that on there. Quick catch up here. Inzi Kiwi says in the USA could talk about it. Now we're part of Five Eyes. US don't teach our country. Our country stands. Yeah, that sounds about right. The Five Eyes program, there's if you've caught any of my like Edge of Reality stuff, like where I actually talk about like the unexplained, the paranormal, and whatnot. I do a whole big deep dive on UFOs and that kind of thing. Fantastically interesting thing is that the Five Eyes program was mentioned in a actual document leak from Canada, like the Canadian Defense Ministry, about a UFO reverse engineering program. Fascinating to know about that there. Let's say, dislike your name, Kaiser. He's a nasty person. I think he's a nasty person. I'm assuming that you mean the original, like the, Kaiser Wilhelm or something like that, which I have no relation or affiliation with. I am just the Emperor Pineapple. So, that's just what I am. I am what I am. Or, yeah, King Pineapple. All right. Gutter, what's going on, Gutter's Pub? Are you playing with clay? No, actually, this is a resin garage kit. This is basically a model kit that I got a while back. So overseas, they make like figurine kits and stuff like that. And this is one that I have had for quite a while that I'm just finally getting a chance to finish building on. And so, yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of work on this here, tacking a couple of these little pieces in place. And I'm getting ready to do some primer on these pieces whenever this is all done. There we go. Like I said, just tacking those in place. And I'm going to actually, once I've done priming, I'm going to pop this all loose because I don't want any like primer getting on the cracks of like the stuff that's actually going to be assembled together, with finality. Okay. And then we can just brush this off right there. And okay. Yeah, thank you. It's a good time. I enjoy it. This is a hobby I've had for quite a while. It's just one of those where I've in recent year, about the last year or so, like with YouTube and everything like that, just taken off the way it has, my YouTube channel. I haven't had as much time to dedicate to this as I want. So here I am. I finally get a little bit of time to actually dedicate to it, do a little bit of work, and I'm going to enjoy it, get it while getting's good, as they say. I really need to get my my high-powered UV light to really cure this up quickly. Yeah, you see right there. Bam. Tacks together and instant epoxy, basically. Instant UV epoxy. Fantastic stuff. Cannot recommend it enough. All right. And again, because these two pieces are going to be assembled together, I'm going to prime these as they are. Okay. All right. Well, now we got those pieces tacked together, and that's really about all we need to do for that. I can start going ahead and getting these out. We can start rigging them up. So I've got these alligator clips that we can basically clip to these pieces and parts and whatnot, and they will it'll hold them up. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Gutter's Pub says, I used to work with clay, made all kinds of cool things, figurines, etc. Awesome. I fully endorse people getting in touch with their creative side and doing more new, cool, creative stuff, because that's always interests me. I mean, look, I love getting to see what people make and what people are capable of. All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a trick because it's just got such a large handle there, but this chopstick fits perfectly into that hole for the most part. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and use some of this to tack it. Just a little bit on either side. I don't need a lot because it's gonna. I need to be able to pop this off and remove it later. I just need it to hold still long enough for me to actually do the priming. And voila, like I said, look at that. It holds it. It holds that. That thing's heavy. It's not light. That thing is a solid at least a couple ounces of resin right there. All right, the base here, I don't have to do anything special to that because it's going to be, like that. This piece, okay, can hold on with that. Maybe, not quite. There we are. NZ Kiwi, agree 100%. You are who you are, maybe. He took your name, Kaiser. he did craft before LawTube or did Lego. I was doing this a long time ago. LawTube started doing Legos, and actually I know the guys who actually got the Lego thing started before it actually became part of LawTube. So trust me, I actually started doing this right here before the Lego thing ever started and before it ever spread to LawTube. So I've been around a while for that. Good example. Here's one of these, this little guy here. This is my Tall Geese from Gundam. I built that. It's 144th scale RG. This one I built probably, gosh, it's got to be 3 years ago I built that, at least. And then my most recent one since then was this A-Wing. I built this Star Wars A-Wing, did all the painting completely from scratch on my own, all that. So that was a fun one. It took me a long time to get all the details right, though, because, if it can focus in on it there. Come on, focus. It's not going to do it. Thank God. So, yeah, oh, there it goes. Yeah, I did all the little details. There's like paint missing, scuff marks. Yeah, that kind of thing. And actually, prior to this character figure that I'm building tonight, this is Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. I did build on, I actually completed Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. So this is actually another, it's the same kit. So it comes like this and this white resin. And then I just do all the painting and detail and work and all that. And this is the end result whenever I get done with it. This one I wrote down here. So yeah, Tifa, Lockhart, Final Fantasy VII, completed 7/1/2022. So yeah, proof positive right there. I've been doing this for longer than LawTube has been doing. I've been doing this longer than LawTube has been doing Legos. And just because I have to show it off, because this is kind of the pride of my collection. So I did this is my 1/72nd scale X-Wing from Star Wars. This is actually Red 5. It's Luke's X-Wing from the original 1977 movie. Ooh, there we go. There, it focused on it finally. Took a long time to get all the details right, but yeah, it's got like the paint around the laser nacelles, It's all wrapped and everything. Yeah. This was just a fun thing that I built, just a while back. All right. Anywho. Thank you so much there, NZ Kiwi. Fantastic. They don't answer questions, at least you do. Well, I like to actually engage with my chat while I'm doing this, but I'm also a small creator, so cheers, guys. All right. D. Robertson, wow, Kaiser, those are nice. Thank you. And actually, I'm hopefully trying to. My plan is to start doing this more often, like when I have some time and whatnot, and do builds like this, so like you guys can actually watch the process. So Oh, I see. AP phone's gonna die. I have to head out. Y'all be good. AP, thank you so much for dropping by, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you around and hanging out with the chat. Have a good night. I will you can catch the rest of the stream on replay. It'll be great. But have a good night, dude. Take care. And Volstorm, dude, though, that's cool. Yes, thank you, Volstorm. All right. And actually, for those who don't know, Volstorm is actually another one of my buddies on here who actually we do a little bit on Sunday nights on another channel, a friend of ours, his channel called Shizzy Wiznut. And we get together and we do AI stories, AI generated stories. We read them in funny voices and everything. And yeah, Vol's a great guy. He has some really cool voices that he does. I still say the Bill Cosby's my favorite, but I think that's also everybody's favorite. But it's a good time, and we have a great, fun, it's a blast. There we go. Just stick that there for now. And I really wish I had. Do I have any more? I usually keep a brick of putty for like building stuff out. Well, shit biscuits. Okay. That one, I think I'm just going to have to set it on something and just paint around it. Unless. Oh, no. Just barely. Wonder if one of these wooden ones is. Nope. Still too large. Okay. I can make it work. I've got something else I can use. All right. Yeah, I'll finish up tomorrow before my meeting. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to try and make this a regular thing again. This is kind of what I started doing on the channel before I started doing movie reviews and, kind of like entertainment news and that kind of thing. And it's actually funny how I even fell into doing that in the first place is because I've always had a background in film and that kind of thing. I always enjoyed, I'm a big movie buff, and yeah, I can't get away from it. But one of the most fun things about it, I used to be a part of another channel, and it was a good time. We had a lot of laughs there. But I used to get in arguments all the time with at least one or two of the folks, like about movies, and couldn't get a word in edgewise sometimes just because of, just very strong opinions. Hey, we all got them. That's totally fine. And so I just got tired of getting interrupted all the time. And I said, you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to go start a YouTube channel, start doing this on a pre-recorded videos. So that way nobody can interrupt me. And wouldn't you know, 1,200 subscribers later, I am actually still doing it. Right now we're in the lull before the summer movie season kicks off. But there's still a few flicks coming out in spring. There's still news that's always happening in the entertainment industry. It's just that some days and some weeks are slower than others, and this just happens to be a slow week. And that's fine. Because trust me, once May gets here, it is going to be breakneck pace, and it's not going to let up until probably close to October or November. That's when it's usually it usually slows down a little bit, but it's not usually until after Christmas that things really slow down and everybody can kind of breathe, catch up, that kind of thing. Awesome. There we go. And those will all fit on one. So I can actually just, as I paint stuff and prime things, I can move them over here. Fantastic. This piece right here, I'm actually going to go get my little my little carousel. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. The person that took over your name, Kaiser name. Are you upset about it? And upset about Bill C? I don't know. I don't know if anybody else that's unless somebody else is taking my name. Like, I don't know who they are. I'm just, I'm doing me. Honestly, I'm again, I'm Kaiser Pineapple. I do my own thing. I do it my way, and nobody else has any control over me but me. And maybe the wife. Sometimes the kid. But that's another story. Well, thank you. And Kiwi, I appreciate it. All right. And really quick, I'm going to jump over, grab the carousel real quick. And go. And while I'm at it, my beverage is running low. Good thing I brought a second one. I've been trying to get a little bit healthier. We've got Dollywood, our live show for Friday Night Live. My buddy the Expert, his Friday Night Live show is coming up in Dollywood, May 16th and 17th. 17th is the actual show itself, and I'm going to be actually down there for that. So trying to get a little bit healthier, lose a little weight. So I've been drinking seltzer water. I know, not White Claws, just like regular seltzer water. Usually I like to get the Liquid Death brand, but yeah, I had to cut a few costs this time around. All right, put that there. Plop, plop. All right. Actually, now that I think about it, I have an idea how I can get a secure mounting point onto that. Where is my flux wire? Okay, I definitely am going to need those. I think my wire spool is in another drawer. Get the Dremel out. Flux wire. Got my cutters. This baby plugged in. Not that much. There we go. That'll do. I've got the keyless chuck on this thing. Let's see. Kiwi says, "Sir, could I tell others what time frame the Kaiser name was taken over? At least you have our pineapple." Look, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know anybody else that that even uses the Kaiser name. I honestly have no idea who that is you're speaking of. Don't know him. But yeah, again, I'm me. I've always been me. I don't have any really affiliation unless it's to like the handful of friends that I have around the internet space, and nobody else that I know has the name Kaiser. But yeah, I've been doing this for what's November 2023? November 2022. So yeah, since November 2022. I mean, it's been about a year and a half ish that I've been doing this. All right. Pop that loose there. Yep, that's my drill bit for my flux wire. La, 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 da, da, da. Problem with having those super tiny drill bits is that they're hard to put in there. Be safe. Found your channel. When did you start it? Yeah, like I said, November 2022 is whenever I really got started. At least doing any of my, content like live streaming and stuff like that. There's that resin smell I know and love. All right. So yeah. There we go. Yeah, not gonna lie. I literally do not know anybody else outside of, say, Kaiser Wilhelm, from the from the old, like, let's say pre-internet, like Kaiser Wilhelm was like the Kaiser of Germany in the early 1900s, late 1800s ish, around that time frame. A little rusty on that one, but yeah, it's the only other person I know of that actually has the name or nickname of Kaiser. All right. There we go. All right. Brand new tube of glue, so I gotta open her up. As they say, a little dab will do you. Yeah. And I can either pin this later or further pin this later, or as I get things going, if I want to, I can actually later on go back and just clip that flush. Or if with all this that's sticking out, I can just pop it straight out and it's not going to cause me any issues later. So, yay. Was working outside all day today. Got to live stream the eclipse. So that was fun. Never got to see a solar eclipse ever before. And apparently the last one in my home state was in 1869. Last time we had a total solar eclipse over my state. So yeah, not going to happen again for quite a while. I think they were just, I was curious because after the eclipse was over, I was like, man, that was cool. I wonder when the next one is. Apparently the next one doesn't happen until 2020 or until 2044. And that's only going to be over Montana, South Dakota, and North Dakota. It's only going to pass over 3 states, which is crazy. There's another one in 2025 or 2045 that they're talking about. That'll go coast to coast. But because of the way the Earth's rotation works, it'll go south to, or it's like north to south instead of the way it did this time, something like that. It's going to be weird. Physics, am I right? I got some schmutz on there. I don't know what that is. Wipe that off. There we go. This is the base that came with it. I've already assembled it, filled it, did all the stuff I needed to on it. Alrighty. Matter of fact, I think that is where we will start for now. Just because it's the biggest piece with the most surface area, it's going to be the easiest to do. And I've already got the old airbrush fired up, or I've got the compressor already has pressure in it. Periodically, my compressor might kick on, so don't freak out too much. Put a little drop of that down there, help kind of lube the tube, so to speak. All right, we should be good to go on that. So, all right. Thinner. Surface primer. Add a little bit of this in there. Few drops. Thinner. Where's my stirring stick? Okay, I'll just do this. Shake it up a little bit. It has been a while since this thing has had any paint go through it, so I would not be surprised if it's a little gunked up. Or maybe I just put the needle in too far. Or, oh, there's part of the reason it's not sealing. Or it was stuck, sealed. Just finger tight that. There we go. I'm not really worried about it being a little bit of a richer spray than normal, just because right now we're trying to cover some surface area anyway. I'm getting some intermittent flow, though. Again, it's been a while since I've actually put anything through this airbrush, so I would not be surprised if it's gunked up a little bit, even though I just cleaned it. Back that off a little bit. All right, well, looks like I'm going to have to do some diagnosing and fine-tuning on this. Maybe. All right. Well, phooey. Well, this is just one of the things you do. Sometimes something doesn't quite work right, and then you got to diagnose a problem on the fly. Oh, yeah. I see a problem already. Sometimes some things that happens that sometimes if you're not careful, like a little drop of something can get in there, and it can, with acrylic especially, can cause your airbrush to gunk up with particulates. Give this a little flush with some cleaner. Might also just been a fact I may not have had it. I may not have had my airbrush like set wide enough. I don't know. It's choking on something. There it goes. Yeah, it may not have been thin enough for one, and then two, whatever got in here may have been causing some issues. Yeah, I can look down in there. I can see some gunk built up. Now, again, I thought I had cleaned this well enough. I swear, the biggest headache as a modeler is only having one airbrush to use, at least for me anyway. Because, yeah, you get little issues and little hiccups like this. Yeah, there's little grains of something in there. Question is it all throughout the paint? Or is it something that may have got in there? Okay, yeah. Paint looks good. You know what? Let's try this again. Let me put a little bit in here, and let's not thin it at all. Let's just spray. Oh, would you look at that? Started to work just fine. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's that. What I was talking about, that gunky particulate matter. That gunks up stuff. Yeah, it looks like it's in there. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. See if I can, how much of this I can get done. Yeah, it should not take this long to prime something. Yeah, I have a feeling I know what I'm going to find. Well, yeah, something's jumped up in there. That's what's going on. I can tell you right now. All right. Well, didn't want to have to do this, but guess I'm going to have to now. I have to do a full breakdown again. I have a feeling I think I know where the issue is going to reside in, but let's see if my suspicion is correct. Yeah, there's some chunks right there. Yeah. All right. We're going to use the cleaning cup for that. Just isopropyl alcohol. Helps get in there, break up some of the paint and stuff like that. Okay. That's the piece right there that I was really worried about got gunked up. Was the nozzle. Don't scare me like that, please. Okay. All right. Put some. Yeah, you guys won't be able to hear the music, but I will. Yeah. I just kind of need it to keep my focus at this point. Okay. I think that's okay. Okay. BRB, folks. All right. I think we're ready to assemble this piece in. Okay. You know, hey, what's up, great success? Yes, trackball. And surprisingly, yeah, I use my trackball to game, and people think I'm absolutely in freaking insane for using my trackball as a for my gaming mouse. Well, it works, and I don't have as much problem with my hands. Yeah, it seems to be working a little better. Not perfect, but better. Oh wow, yeah, that's a problem. I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, that thinner just turned this to chalk. Yep, that's a problem. That tells me there's a problem. Yeah, that just dropped that one chunk. Okay, that tells me. I'm curious if this thinner might work better, since clearly the other thinner doesn't work very well. Let's try this. In one of these over here. See what it does. This one seems to stay fairly thin. Okay. Use the X20 then. Sorry. Great Success says, what about the Kensington Slim Blade? We tried that. I have not. I'll be completely honest. I have not tried that one. Sorry, I just noticed there the chat. Oh, daggone it. Did this thing get gunked up again? Yep. Sure did. But it's at the nozzle this time, which that's easy to fix. That does happen sometimes. Well, that looks seems to be doing much better. Ah, finally getting some consistent spray. Fantastic. You're off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes this happens with model kits, especially with airbrushes. You get like one type of paint that doesn't mix well with another type of paint, or something that doesn't work with another type of this or that or whatever. It happens. It's not a big deal. You just kind of troubleshoot on the fly. Great Success says, I use one. I love it. Kensington Slim Blade has 2-inch ball diameter. Wow. Okay. That's a good size. Probably a little bit better tracking if I'm guessing too. It probably has better, with that larger surface area. Probably got a lot better optical sensor. And with that much extra, surface area, like I said, probably reads that a whole lot better too. Okay. Get back down here. Start second coat. Looks a lot better. You get to use this for its intended purpose. So yes, this is the base. So this is actually where everything's going to be setting up top and whatnot. So now getting that all nice and pretty. Once that's all, because this is just the primer right now. Now that it's primed, that we can set off to the side and work on our next piece. Let's see. Do you have a fume extractor system? So yes, I do. It's a rudimentary system, but I do have one. So I also use what you call that? I use acrylics. Not a lot of fumes compared to other paint types. So yeah, it still gets a little bit in the air, but not much. And then I try to be a little more careful, a little more sparing about it. Now this one in particular, I'm going to do a coat of white, and then I'm going to go back later because this is going to be done up in kind of steel colors. That I'm going to do a coat of gray primer on this one. You probably can't hear the fume system because I've got a really nice audio software that kind of takes some of the background noise out of the equation. You probably can't hear it. All right. Because I need that to stay standing up, but I don't have a way to normally stand it up, I'm just going to go ahead and clip it here into this guy. And Shenny Graham, what's going on, Shenny? What are you making? Saw you doing something, but had errands. Just got home. Yeah. So this is a 1/6 scale character model kit that I've had for about a year. I just have finally, I need to get it done. I need to stop him hawing around about it and actually do something. So figured I'd go ahead, and since I'm on the stream tonight and I just don't have anything else to do, I go ahead and get started on it. So yeah, acrylics are easier on fumes. Yeah, I hear the compressor, not the fan. So yeah, compressor is like right up here, like right there. But yeah, that's back there. You can't hear the system there. And yeah, 1/6 is great. Yeah, on can be fun. Oh, let's see. Jude had to put my 73-year-old man to bed. And like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, my granddad had Alzheimer's and Parkinson's on my dad's side, and yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I really, really am. I can't even imagine having to do that for a spouse. I mean, it was just, that was my grandfather that I had to see that happen to. Gotta check something real quick. Tight. All right. Okay. Move these over here since I'm going to be needing to use this over here for all the newly processed pieces. So it doesn't look like much right now to the camera because it's really just white on white. But yeah, I'm just getting a coat of primer on these. And that way it'll make it easier whenever I actually do need to go ahead and do the oh, for crap. Okay. And good to see you, Jude. Hot Toys Jack Sparrow 1.6. That's cool. Tarot Destroyer. Do you have Fumes Extractor System? Yes, already covered that. You can't hear it because I have audio processing software that kind of weeds that out of the background. Not my first rodeo. Been doing this a few years. So, yes, I'm covered. Okay, hopefully stop sending me messages. All right, Tarot Destroyer. I used to work with clay, all kinds of cool things, figurines, etc. Cool. Yeah, rodeo. I'll take 2 cowboys, please. Do you have oils for weathering? I actually find I get better. So for some weathering, yes, oils are good, but I actually find I get, for especially figurines, there's not a lot of weathering you do for figurines. Mostly what you end up doing with figurines is you try to do like a little bit of work with tones and that kind of thing. And I actually find I get a better result with, believe it or not, like chalk, like kind of like pastel chalk. And you can actually fill in little crevices and whatnot. You can use a little bit of just like a Q-tip or something like that. And you can get these little highlights and whatnot, especially on flesh tones. It's really cool. Yes, I actually kind of prefer the chalk method. It's a little easier to clean up too. Yeah. And then once you seal it underneath once you actually have it sealed under the the matte coat and stuff like that anyway, you don't really notice. Okay. All right, I need to back flow off on this a little bit because it's getting a little rich. That's better. Shinny Graham says had to put something on the big screen, so if I chose, I dropped you, and I dropped you for a moment. I have ADHD phone. Let me do three things at once. Yeah, I hear you. Great success. You need to update your Twitter logo. What's wrong with my Twitter logo? What's wrong with my Twitter logo? The same logo I have here. Wait, now, hang on. Yeah, see, it's the same logo. My logo here is the same logo I have on Twitter. See? Oh, that, yeah. Okay. I see what you're talking about. Yeah, it's X now. Okay, yeah. Time is one of those things I need to actually sit down and do all the graphics and stuff updating. It really shouldn't be that hard for me to do, but allocating time to that is kind of a pain in the butt. So, yes, I'm aware of it. It's just one of those, like, I really don't care that much about it to go and update it right now. This piece, because I've got that little bit I had to fill on top here with that gray putty, that's going to take a couple of coats. I'm getting low, but I'm not out yet. Should have just enough to finish priming these. Open up the throttle on that a little bit more. This I really only have to do the one side, and even then, it's probably never going to see the light of day. But for consistency's sake, give one more coat on that one. I'm out. Go. All right. Well, that's no bueno. That didn't go particularly well. There we go. All right. What's going on? Let me check here. I missed a couple of things. Yeah, glad Twitter was bought by Musk. Good riddance, the woke. Yeah, yeah, totally agree there. Hey, Kiwi, what's going on? Sir, the pineapple is different, but there's anyone looking it up. Okay, Hales, yes. All right. Sorry, but love your work. No, sorry, but love your work. Uh, yeah, sure. Go ahead. Whatever. Let's see. Aussie Tank. What's up there, Aussie Tank? Pineapple build? Yep. So just yeah, doing a little bit of some character work for a Final Fantasy VII character model that I've just got hanging around and need to get finished. So got the primer all on. Now we're gonna let her dry. And once the primer's all dried, I can actually go ahead and start with getting cracks filled, get a few things adjusted, and then we can start the process of actually doing the paint on this for realsies. So, all right, folks, I'm actually going to go ahead and close out the stream right here. I'm going to go off here, clean up my mess while these all dry. And, well, thank you all for coming on out, sticking around. I mean, I know, kind of a lazy build. It's what we do, like to do, just kind of hang out there. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for so much for coming on out, hanging out with me. And well, keep an eye out. I usually, when there's entertainment news, I have live videos, or well, not live videos, but pre-recorded videos I put up usually daily, at least 1-2 videos a day, 3 if we're in the middle of the movie season. But yeah, other than that, probably not going to be one tomorrow, but I do want to go ahead and try and get something out here before long. This was just kind of I'm not going to be able to put out anything, so why not do this? Everybody can watch that during the time. And yeah, thank you all. Have a good night. And I will see you on the next video. Peace.